How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna set up a little interview today. I'm getting interviewed by my wife. She's gonna post. Uh, but this is a little interview about me and what I want to do as far as my YouTube and general life and music. So as we begin, small, short, simple.
How long have you been playing?
Actually, been playing for over 10 years now. 10 years plus. So started back with the knickknacks, pinging about when I was 16. My uncle, when he was alive, he taught me a little bit, but I didn't carry on too much of it. But I picked it up at a teenage years.
When you started, what was the goal?
My goal was to be a better musician as far as picking up the notes, picking up sounds, listening to different music, trying to mimic what I could off of the different music and go from there.
What was the first song you learned to play?
Ha, my first song was it was Jesus, Jesus by Shirley Caesar, calling your name. And that was something pretty simple for me to learn and grasp a hold to.
What's been the best performance you've had and the worst moment you've had performing in front of others?
Worst moment, I was nervous, sweating, and missed a couple of notes. My best is when I had a great rehearsal and got with the fellas and everybody was on locked in on point. And the next day was an awesome rehearsal. I mean, sorry, not rehearsal, but an awesome performance. And we actually got many props about that. Then going into another church and playing, and with all the other musicians saying, "You guys are locked in," I felt real good about that.
What would be your one piece of advice that you would give a young kid watching this video who also wants to start playing music in church?
What I give that advice is keep at it. Once you feel frustrated and feel like giving up, no, just keep at it. Because if you give up, you just lost hope in everything. You keep going at it, you'll see yourself produce. It might not sound like how you want it to sound, but it's just your own feelings, your own flavor, your own goals that you try to set as far as being a musician. No, everybody can't be a John P, a Kirk Franklin, but be yourself because you never know. That blessing that you are being towards yourself will bless somebody else.
What's different today about church or music in church that is different from when you were a kid going to church?
Well, that you most some will come out of hymns. Then I would say one great musician here in Winston, David Allen, he would turn a hymn into a choir song, and most musicians know what I mean by choir songs, where you just hear the hymn, pass me not, O gentle say. But then you'll hear it now like, pass me not, O gentle Savior. And it'll just break into parts. Now you have Ricky Dillard where he has that pass me not, and it's a totally different, it's more like a gospel hip hop, pass me not. And from going from a hymn to more catching the younger crowd as far as music wise, it's really been a great thing.
Let's talk about equipment. What kind of keyboard? or keyboards are you using?
Well, right here I had the Kai Professional. I love doing that as far as working with Fruity Loops, and that actually brings me different sounds that I really want to incorporate with working with the Yamaha. Yamaha is my number one. I love that brand, period, because it has a quality that struck me from a young age to now. And the quality of Yamaha has been a great inspiration from pianos to keyboards, saxophones, mixing boards. It's just all around sound quality is excellent. The Kai is great for MIDI wise, which I have here, Kai 61, and it has your pads on it, which I use that mostly for my organ sound when I don't have a full organ. And I use that as my organ sound because of the sliders on it and the knobs.
During a church service where there's a lot of emotion, a lot of singing, a lot of movement, how did you learn to keep up with the music and to follow what's going on, know when to ramp it up or when to reel it back?
The atmosphere. When the atmosphere is set, if you have a high atmosphere and people are worshiping, you want to play more of the worship music. When it's shout wise, you're gonna put that tempo up to a high, fast pace. As far as jumping around, people getting into it, say like I said, the hip hop mode. You want to get into a jam session. So when you have your drum and your bass player, if you have a guitar player and your keyboard and your organ, you all jamming. When you slow down and everybody worshiping, getting the praise inside their system, you want to slow down, say, get into one of my favorite songs of playing is You Are Holy. That's a great worship song. Once you hear that, you are holy, oh so holy. People getting their worship on. People getting they cry out to God saying, Lord, you are so holy. You bless me here, you bless me there. When you get into an up tempo, say, we worship you. You had a crowd into it jumping around. So that's learn the variations of the atmosphere, how people flow into it.
Favorite gospel artist?
Ah, I have a few, but I go to say my number one is John P. Key. It's just some about him. He could take this old song and turn it into something totally new, but it's old. And some folks would think like, oh, I like that. Never really heard that before. But if you go back into his tapes, I'm gonna even say an 8 track. I'm gonna even go back to the vinyls. You go back into that and really listen to that song. He just incorporated that and made it into the new generation, the new era. He has a great voice. He's great behind playing the keyboards, organ, piano. So huge John P. Key
Favorite song?
fan. Ha, Lily of the Valley. Love that song.
Do you want to wrap it up? Well, I mean, I've asked all the questions, so we'll edit this out. But,
Okay.
I mean, did you have like an ending, or did you just want the video to stop?
Well, since she said we was gonna wrap it up, I'm gonna just say thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, to all the upcoming musicians, young, even if you old, stick with it because you never know. You can be a blessing to this person, to this person, to this person. Be a blessing to yourself. Appreciate you. Thank you. Pray God has grace and mercy towards whatever you're doing. All right. Take care. Till the next time. Two fingers. One love.